Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed Shlita. Here we are, Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Parashas Beha'aloscha. That's for us here in the diaspora. Those in Eretz Yisrael will be reading Parashas Shalach, as we will catch up to Israel in a few weeks, as we know the discrepancy because of the way Shavuos fell out this year. We ask you to please continue davening for Chayalei Tzva Agana Yisrael, for Shalom Echol P'tzua Yisrael, safety of our brothers and sisters in Israel. And we learn each day Le'ilui Nishmat Seren Daniel Shimon ben Harav Daron V'Shel Yishem Kum Damo. We are now in Sif Beis of our new Limud, and thank you so much for the feedback about our new study. Always welcome new listeners. We're just trying to spread the words of Torah, have everyone prepared for the 3 weeks. So the next chapter is Rikudim Mecholos Klei Zemer. Kasva Acharonim, the Acharonim have written, She'asar L'Aroch Rikudim Mecholos Midzayim B'Tamuz V'Tisha B'Av. Sourced mainly from the Magen Avram and Tav Kuf Nun Aleph, but we do not have celebrations with music, dancing, etc. during the 3 weeks. So that's from the 17th of Tammuz, that first fast day, until Tisha B'Av, and through Tisha B'Av. So included in this prohibition during these days, in this period, listening to musical instruments. Lefichach, Asa l'kayim b'shloshas hashavuos chugei harkada, Kontzartim ve'arvei shira. So therefore, during these 3 weeks, we don't have dancing groups, we don't have concerts, we don't have singing groups. And one should not partake in them either. So if somebody wanted to go to a concert, let's say, a live concert, we don't do so during this period. Let's say an aerobics group, which might have music involved in it, but if that's done for health purposes or for camaraderie, something like that, and it's for not just pure enjoyment, but there is what we call a to'eles, so then one could certainly do so, he says, until the end of Tammuz, not until once Tisha B'Av comes. We're going to again, we have these phrases, the 3 weeks, we're going to talk about the 9 days, Shavua Shechabo, so the 9 days begins when Av starts on Rosh Chodesh Av. So an aerobics class, one could do, let's say, until Rosh Chodesh Av. And if you're going to use music, obviously that's the issue here, so the music should be not upbeat, but sort of just utilitarian. A Jew who makes a living as playing instruments, so he's a musician, and he needs it to make a living, so he can, obviously you're not going to have Jewish festivities then, because Jews aren't making any simchas then, but if it's non-Jews making and you're going to play, let's say, in a band, and that's your job, you can do so until the end of the month of Tammuz. And even though he's playing upbeat, joyous tunes, so he's not having enjoyment from it because he's working, and he's busy with the work. However, he should take off from the 9 days, so that's from Rosh Chodesh Av until Tisha B'Av, through Tisha B'Av. So since the prohibition of the instruments is because of the enjoyment we have, then people who are teaching music, let's say you're a piano teacher or you're some sort of instrumental teacher, so then you could teach your students until the week that Tisha B'Av falls, because perhaps when you're teaching, there's not playing music for enjoyment. Maybe it's actually quite the opposite, depending on how good your students are, I guess. So lo lamorm v'lo talmidim. It's not simcha, not for the teachers and not for the students. Umineged im yafsiku yigarm hefsed lamorm. And if they stop, because it's just actually the opposite, it's going to cause a loss to the teachers. V'gam al tamimi izdakuku achar kach lema'amatz nusaf lachzor masal talmudim. And the students will lose that also, because if they lose their momentum, then they're going to have to make them up and figure out how to make up those lessons. And maybe because if they lose those 3 weeks, they're going to need extra classes, and they're not going to want that either. Tzitz Eliezer writes that it's best, perhaps during these, if you're going to teach music as a teacher, you should teach perhaps sad songs during this period. And if, let's say, they have a break anyway, because of school is off, something like that. So there's going to be a break in the lessons. Nobody's teaching 12 months out of the year. Then the best time to schedule it is during the 3 weeks. So we know, obviously, there are certain instances where we can't avoid music because it's your living or something like that. But if it's possible to schedule as such, one should certainly schedule during the 3 weeks. So that's how we are scheduling our learning today as we get ready for Shabbos Kodesh. Wishing everybody a peaceful and restful Shabbos. Please continue davening for Chalei Tzvah Israel. Safety for our brothers and sisters in Israel. Nishmat, Sarah and Daniel Shimon Harav Doron Misham Shankrudamo. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Wishing you all Shabbat Shalom V'Barach. We'll see you here next time. Have a great day.